Hey, it's me, Nathan. And before you put that for sale sign in the yard, listen up. Because there's one mistake I see sellers make all the time, and it could cost you thousands. Now, there are a lot of little things that can go wrong when selling your house. You could set the wrong price, hire the wrong agent, or use photos that make your home look dark and cramped. But the mistake I want to talk about today is a big one, and almost nobody thinks about it until it's too late. It's not knowing the difference between appraised value and market value. These are two totally different numbers, and if you ignore either one, you might be sitting on the market for months wondering what went wrong. So let me ask you, have you ever seen a house that just won't sell, even though it looks fine? Or a house that sells instantly even though it needs work? Yeah, that's the power of pricing and the relationship between appraisal and the market. Here's something I say all the time, and I'll stand by it. If your house isn't selling, it's the price, period. Now, some people will push back, Nathan, what about my updated kitchen? Nathan, what if my location isn't great? Nathan, interest rates are too high. Guess what? Every single one of those objections disappears when the price is right. Think about it. If I listed your house for $10,000, do you think anyone would care about your old countertops? Not a chance. Buyers would be lined up down the block making offers. The lower you list, the more demand you create, and that demand pushes the home back to its true market value. All right, let's break it down. First, appraised value. This is the number an appraiser comes up with for the bank. They look at homes sold in the past 3 to 6 months, ideally in your immediate neighborhood and school district. They compare square footage, age, condition, and then they give a number. Here's a story. Years ago, I listed a beautiful newer home. Tons of interest. Buyers loved it. But we compared it to an older property that had been remodeled nearby. I thought, great. Both are updated, should be fine. But no, the appraiser threw it out. Why? Because the other home was 35 years older. Even though they looked similar, the age difference made it unusable as a comparable. That day, I learned appraisers are strict. They don't see pretty finishes. They see square footage, age, and location. Now, on the flip side, we've got market value. That's what buyers are willing to pay right now. And that's emotional. Maybe one buyer loves your backyard, another one loves your school district. Sometimes they'll stretch above asking price because they just have to have your house. That's market value. But here's the trap. If you only look at the appraised value, you might underprice or overprice compared to the market. And if you only chase the market value, you might get an offer that never closes because the bank won't approve the loan. So what happens if your market is slowing down? Your appraised value might actually be higher than what buyers are willing to pay. And if your market is heating up, your appraised value might come in lower, leaving buyers scrambling to come up with the difference. Here's a quick gut check for you. No showings? Your home is overpriced. Lots of showings? No offers? Still overpriced. That's it. That's the game. And yes, I'll argue this with anyone. Price solves everything. So when you sit down with your agent, don't just ask, what's my home worth? Ask them 2 questions. What's the likely appraised value? And what's the current market value? A great agent will walk you through both, set realistic expectations, and protect you from surprises when that appraisal comes in. Because here's the truth. It doesn't matter how gorgeous your home is or how many updates you've done. If the price doesn't match both the appraisal and the market, you're going to hit a wall. So don't make that mistake. Price your home with both numbers in mind, and you'll avoid the stress and the frustration and the wasted time. All right, that's it for today. Hit the like button if this was helpful, subscribe for more weekly tips, and drop your questions in the comments. I love hearing from you. And remember, price isn't just a number, it's the key to actually selling your home.